Okay, so my OnlyFans idea failed miserably, and now I'm back on the hunt for a real job. Damn, this sucks. Apparently, no one on this planet thought that me gloriously helicoptering my dong on camera was something worth paying for. Crazy, right? So here we are again, unemployed and looking for work. I gotta hit the job market again with my useless communications degree. But no employer seems to give a shit about my degree, and they certainly don't care about me being buried in a boatload of debt from my student loans. And this minimum wage stuff ain't cutting it either. No one's paying off student loans, rent, food, utilities, or all the other gajillion bills we have every month working for minimum wage. I need to put my degree to work. But even with a degree, job offers these days aren't much better than minimum wage. I mean, to get a job as a manager at Taco Bell, you need a master's degree in astrophysics and 37 years of experience managing Google. And even then, you're only making like $30 an hour, which has become what now feels like the new minimum wage in order to be able to survive in this economy. All the high-paying jobs are just completely out of reach. And anything that I am qualified for still leaves me hovering above the poverty line, especially with inflation being higher than Snoop Dogg at a weed convention. Let me show you what job hunting's like these days. I go on Indeed and spend a whole day making my resume stand out, highlighting all my skill sets that I've developed over my career at these low-level minimum wage jobs. Hardly any of my skills will transfer over anything of value. I can see it now. I'll be sitting in an interview for a financial analyst position, and the interviewer will be like, "So, I see here you worked at Starbucks. Could you tell me about a time where you whipped up a mean frappuccino and as a result were able to drive stock prices higher and ended up balancing the company's budget?" Like, how is whipping fraps supposed to translate into anything of value in the market for high-paying jobs? But what else can I do? It's not like I was the CEO of YouTube or anything like that. I don't have anything super impressive to display. So what? I'm supposed to just shit myself and die? I am trying to be a productive member of society, you know. But no matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to make ends meet. What kind of payoff is that for pursuing higher education like I was told to do my whole life? What a scam! I'm left just basically BSing everything in job interviews. Like, yeah, I can whip a mean frap, flip burgers like a boss, mop floors like a champ. And all that has taught me how to be an excellent leader. And I can now manage 3 billion people. And I'm basically qualified to be king of the world at this point, honestly. So you should totally hire me. I don't even want the jobs I'm applying for, but I have no choice. So here I am, selling my soul and dignity to the corporate shills, doing my little monkey dance just to get a biscuit. And on top of all this, even while unemployed, apparently I still make too much for government assistance. What? Do you need to not have a pulse to qualify? Like, how does this make sense? Anyways, let's get back to my strategy for landing a job in this market. I basically mimic the online dating strategy and swipe right to every single job listing to better my odds. I spam upload my resume to anyone that's hiring. I've figured out of the 487 job applications I submit, I'll at least get one of these crappy-ass jobs. However, it actually takes closer to 2,000 applications before I even get a single interview. You know why? Because these stupid hiring managers don't even look at resumes anymore. They have this stupid sorting algorithm that instantly rejects like 90% of applications based on keywords. What? So now I need to be an SEO wizard to even get past the stupid AI bridge troll gatekeeping me out of being able to afford to wipe my ass with some decent toilet paper? What does this world come to? Anyways, after several days of applying this technique of spam applying, I got some interviews lined up. Nowadays, all interviews are done online, so at least I don't have to worry about sucking wiener at the back of an alley somewhere just to be able to scrounge up enough spare change to put gas into my car just to be able to get to the interview. As helpful as online interviewing is in terms of cost, I still can't help but feel like companies didn't decide to make that the standard practice all of a sudden out of the goodness of their hearts. But that's a different story for a different video. Let me tell you about how my online interview went. It was for a plumbing company as an office manager. I'm thinking that these guys must be hiring anybody for me to have stood out in the crowd, but I'll take it. I'm thinking, finally, a manager role. I thought I could use this as a stepping stone to get some higher level roles here. Just like they always did me, it's time for me to use them like a tampon for my own advancement. So the owner is the one that actually interviewed me, which I thought was pretty cool. More opportunities to shine in front of the decision maker. Well, this dude looked like a washed up version of Kevin Richardson from the Backstreet Boys. The first thing he said to me was, "What's up, man? So, tell me, why do you want this job?" And I'm thinking, because I need money and I'm on the verge of homelessness? But can't really say that, so I make up some cliche response saying, "To be able to showcase my skill sets and to help apply what I've learned in my previous jobs to help bring further success to the company." And he was like, good. And just goes, "All right, let's cut the crap. I'm looking for someone that's going to be able to be on call, answer my phone calls at any time of the day, and book jobs for my team without complaining. do you have a problem with that? What I wanted to tell him was, yeah, bitch, I do have a problem with that. What's the matter with you? But then I remembered I need this job. And it's either this or I'm going to have to hit the streets again at midnight with my man thong and assless chaps. You know, the ones I bought for my OnlyFans stunt. And I sure didn't want to go back to doing that. So I swallowed my pride and said, no, of course not. I was born for this. He then says, okay, good. Well, then I'm happy to offer you the job. The starting pay is $19 an hour. And if you work really hard, I'll give you a review in 90 days. You'll start tomorrow at 5 a.m. You got any questions for me? The only question I could think to ask was, yeah, do you offer any benefits? His response to me was, yeah, the benefit is that you get to work for me and you won't be unemployed. And if you really do well, I'll let you stay an extra hour every day. So basically, I get rewarded with more work. I took the job, mainly because this guy was super intimidating and looked like someone that didn't take rejection all that well. Like the kind of guy to cry in his lifted truck and get embarrassed and come back in and shoot me over his pride being hurt for some minor rejection. Also, I figured it would look pretty good on my resume to have a managerial role finally. Well, as you can imagine, the first day was an absolute shit show, as there was absolutely no training at all. Basically, I was just thrown out there in the wild to either sink or swim. And of course, the guy that hired me had no sense of personal space. But hey, it's a job for the moment, and I get to live to fight another day. I know I should be happy and excited, but I just can't help feeling depressed. I always end up feeling like this, especially after I've been at the job for a while. Mainly because I know I'm probably going to give it my all for the first 6 months and then start to feel like a used tampon after I see all my hard work going unacknowledged. People at the top always get to benefit from all my hard effort. And what do I get? I get a whopping 50-cent raise after like 4 years of slaving away. And I have to fight tooth and nail constantly asking for a raise just to even get that. And if I'm lucky, they'll throw in a pizza party from time to time. And even then, it'll just be cheap-ass fucking Little Caesars. And don't get me wrong, Little Caesars is great and all. It's even justifiable when I'm treating people out to pizza as a broke bastard. But companies being that cheap, especially after I just helped them make a ton of money, it's just so unrewarding and demotivating. I have to slave away while I get to watch the company owner's son drive off in his new Ferrari, while I'm still riding my scooter to work and trying to figure out how much food I can afford to make for my lunch for the week. I should be getting some catered steak and lobster for all the value I provide. That's how you show some employee appreciation. All in all, we've been lied to. There is no reward for effort anymore, and you won't get ahead by getting higher education and trying to improve your resume. The only way to get ahead nowadays is to start a YouTube channel. So do me a solid and hit that subscribe button.